Having the opportunity to look at countless videos of all different shapes and sizes, I imagine could be pretty helpful in having you figure out how you could be maybe editing your videos better, fixing that big hockey stick retention graph that so many of us get at the start of our videos. That is what today's video is all about. And you notice it said video. You probably clicked on this and you're thinking, why did they need 2 hours for this? And that's because it was actually first a live stream. So if you wanted the opportunity for your channel to perhaps pop up on the screen today, you would have needed to be here and join us live, but there's still going to be a ton of value in it for you. For those of you who are here live, thank you so much to all of you. Be sure to wave in the chat to the people who are watching this after the fact. And those of you watching this after the fact, leave us a comment and tell us by the end of the stream or video your favorite channel that you saw today, the one you felt like you learned the most from. We're going to be looking at a number of channels. We're going to be randomly selecting folks. It's going to be awesome, and I'm not going to do it alone. I'm going to have Rob here.
Dan, that was a pitch perfect intro. Well done, sir. 10 out of 10. You were even thinking about those who are watching after the live stream. And I always forget to do that on a Tuesday. So I salute you, sir. I salute everybody who's watching live right now. And I third salute everybody who's watching in the replay. And this, for me, at least, Dan, is a more relaxed live stream because you're in control of all of the knobs and dials. I get to sit down, like I don't stand up during this live stream. I try to have a more relaxed attitude as we watch other people's videos and hopefully give them some useful, positive, and encouraging feedback with the slightly ruthless, constructive criticism that I often feel as if I give during these videos reviews. But we're still learning this process. I think we're getting better every single week. So looking forward to watching all of your videos.
Yeah, I do feel like these get a little bit ruthless, but at the same time, it's kind of like we have, as the people reviewing your videos today, unlimited budget to give you as many tips as we could possibly give you. We wouldn't do a lot of this stuff ourselves because lazy or tired or busy, right? But hopefully you have the time to implement at least a fraction of the tips that we're going to give you today in all of these different video reviews. Now we're doing it a little bit differently. Before we've used a hashtag. Today we actually have implemented a form, and making its Wednesday live stream debut, we've brought in this guy. It is Clawbird.
Early introduction for the claw there. Whew, 2 minutes in and we're claw action already.
Yes. So the way this works is that we have invited you to fill out a form. It is pinned right now in chat. It's also in the description below for when we change the mid-comment later. And we already have 149 people. It's just racking up right now. 150 people racking up that number. 152 people. We're going to be updating the claw here. I think we're going to pad the claw a little bit. I always click the wrong thing. So we're going to say 200 people because we already have 280 people here.
Stop moving picker. That's the one. Yeah, that button, Dan. That's the right one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. Not save as.
Yeah, I hate when I click that. What was that?
Oh my goodness!
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize the sound was on.
No. Come back.
There we go. I muted the tab indefinitely. I apologize for that. That was incredibly loud. Did not know the claw had that in it. I'll never really look at this tool the same again.
I think I remember when I first started using this claw, like 2 years ago. I remembered that I had to mute the tab for that website, and like it's deep somewhere in my registry now, so that even if I wanted to try and get the sound effects back on that web page, it would never happen.
So 2UP is the first channel we're looking at
All
today.
Right.
I did not pick the person who submitted first. Maybe we'll go back and do that because I do like doing that for the person who was the quickest because we didn't even announce we were going to do it this way. And it looks like they're doing some shorts, but mostly long form videos about riding a motorcycle. Now, normally for our channel audits on Tuesdays, we would be talking about the thumbnails. We'd be doing all that stuff. Today, since we did that yesterday, go back. There's a ton of tips for you in that live stream for that. Today, we're going to actually click on a couple of these videos and see what are these about? So I want to click on this latest one here, Rob. The struggle is real. And in the thumbnail, they're teasing that they almost crashed.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining an intro where you kind of could tease something happening almost, right? Before you get into like the longer meat of the video.
while we're not critiquing the channel in terms of audits, the thumbnail and the title have certainly promised something.
Mhm.
So us as new visitors to your channel, as a brand new viewer, you're setting an expectation. Does it deliver?
Let's see.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back. We're here to practice Granite Road some more. Got the Speed Triple 1200 hitting that road there. That is the start. So we're gonna see. I want to practice this road. I want to learn the road. I need to finally learn the road. I have
Okay. So I would say, just again, now this is me being ruthless YouTube viewer, not compassionate Rob Wilson YouTube educator. You did not deliver any information or tease or intrigue from your title and your thumbnail.
Mhm.
There was almost that generic, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to do this, and this. What we should have really expected as viewers is the moment just before you crashed or the aftermath of that crash for just a few fleeting seconds to, you've set this up in a thumbnail and the title, and then you want to smash it out of the park with the first few seconds. And unfortunately, I haven't done that.
Mhm.
And now I'm thinking, where in the 17 minutes and 43 seconds of this video am I going to see this crash? Because that's still in my head. That's still what I wanted to see.
Mhm.
So just consider, with the intriguing, curious title and thumbnail, where that leads to with the video hook.
I would agree with that, and I would also say that there's way too much repeating yourself in this introduction. The editing isn't quite there, and I'm worried that there's zero editing in the whole video now, because you said like maybe 3 times I got to learn the road, or basically that same line over and
Let's
over
replay
again.
it. Let's listen again.
1200 hitting that road there. That is the start. So we're gonna see. I want to practice this road. I want to learn the road. I need to finally learn the road.
I want to practice this road. I want to learn the road. I need to finally learn the road. And that's about where we stopped. And we usually give it about 30 seconds, but it kind of like stopped us a little shorter than that, because it was kind of like, okay, we can kind of see where this is going. I think with this cool motorcycle you have, and this flexibility you have in terms of being able to make videos around it, you could have started the video a little more cinematically too. If you didn't want to tease the crash, you could have had you starting the motorcycle, right? And you have some music kick up, boom, boom, and you got all that anticipation building, right? Some rock music, everything's like building up, and you're like, today we're hitting this road, and then you kind of explain what about hitting this road, because you said the struggle is real. You said you almost crashed in the thumbnail. What's special about this road? Like, why do you have to learn it? Like, I feel like I'm missing something here really vital. And maybe if I've been following this series, right, maybe as a returning viewer, I'm in line with what's going on, but as a new viewer, I'm completely lost. I'm like, what do you mean you need to learn? Are you new to riding motorcycles? Is that what you're trying to learn? Or are you trying to learn all the potholes in the road because you're doing like some kind of tricks or something like that? Like, what do you mean? So there's a lot of like confusion, I think, for the viewer that in that first 17 seconds that we stopped on originally.
Shall we jump to, like, let's say 2.5 minutes in, Dan, like just the general meat of the video, and see what's going on?
Man, I wish I would have come out here when they were starting. I wonder where they were at. Maybe I'm riding this road, maybe, I don't know.
Are you struggling to hear the narration there?
Yeah, I see they're trying to do some commentary. There are like headsets that you can get for motorcycles that like go inside your helmet. I would be investing in that. That'd be my first big investment for this channel.
So yeah, we weren't able to really follow the narration there. And again, Dan, I think you're right in saying that we're not seeing much editing going on here. It feels, but again, we're just making assumptions here. It feels like you press record, you film a clip, you press to stop recording, and then everything in that clip, maybe apart from the very beginning and very end of that clip, you use the entire thing. And so now when we start to look at this 17-minute video, I'm already saying in my head, there's probably actually somewhere on the lines of 6 to 8 minutes worth of decent footage here. And just to give you an example of this, Dan and I, we just done a recording this morning. We actually recorded it in StreamYards. We're experimenting with this new idea of having semi-fake conversations with each other, because like we're still scripting it a little bit. But it took us 25 minutes to record that session.
Yeah.
And Dan this time is responsible for editing it down. And we've already said to ourselves, we want to try and get this down to 4-5 minutes. And so we're going to be getting rid of 80 to 90% of the footage.
Yep.
And so again, I think in terms of being ruthless with your edits, 2UP is probably maybe going to have to consider this going forward.
Yeah, it's super important to edit these down. Someone also mentioned that you could be adding voiceover if you can't do the microphone
after the fact.
After the while you're recording live, it might be hard to commentate. But you would cut down your video, and then in post you would record you talking about. So in this stage, it was crazy because the road was all messed up and blah blah blah, and I was really worried. And you can be kind of giving post commentary. If you still lack a good microphone for that, a great trick is to take your phone and just hold it close enough to your face and use a recording app on your phone. You get some really decent audio quality, certainly decent enough for like your first YouTube videos, right? But audio, whether it is a cool headset mic or a setup like this where you can sit and do voiceover at home, it's so important. I would say even more important than the video, which in my opinion, like you've been in this like fisheye for like a lot of the video. Like I think you're on a GoPro, and I think with certain GoPros you can change the angle of the lens, and I would have been making some adjustments there. Maybe there's a time for this wide angle, but it's so distorting. I kind of feel like you should be holding the camera and you should have the bike behind you and you should talk about what you're going to do. And you know what I mean? There's a number of ways I would approach this content. And I think if you make these changes to your content, you'll see your retention graphs look much, much better. People will stick around for longer, even if you make shorter videos. And then YouTube is spreading you around even more because people are enjoying what they're watching.
As a final thought, Dan, can you just track your mouse over the timeline just to see generally what's going on? So keep going. So as far as I can tell, this is all POV on the bike. It looks as if you're not stopping off anywhere to maybe get a meal or have a conversation with a person.
Right.
So what I'm also thinking about here, and I'm going to say this, even though I am guilty of never doing this myself on education content, is like secondary stories or something beyond the main focus, which I think is going down this road. Again, in a 17-minute video, can this single story grip the viewer for the entire video? Okay, so you've stopped here and you're doing something, but that's 13 minutes in?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little too late. So again, I'm making a guess here, but your audience retention graph is probably something like, why do I try and do this, Dan? Like every time I try and do this, so your audience retention graph is probably does this. Up to minute 2, it goes down to like 20%. And then it just continues to taper off. But you've already lost such a mass amount of the audience in that time. What's going on there? The first minute was where unfortunately you lost a lot of people. I could be wrong though, because at the moment the view counts are as like under 100. Maybe it's just like a hardcore audience that is going to watch regardless. But to send positive signals to YouTube to start discovering new audiences, that may be an issue as well.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to go back to the form, which now has 354 people who submitted their channels. So almost the same amount of people who are here right now. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're going to actually pick the first person. I meant to do this originally. I want to pick the first person who was quick enough to submit their channel when the form went live, which was just before this live stream started today. And we are going to go into here. It is J-irie Caribbean, I believe.
Nice banner.
Yeah. Caribbean lifestyle and travel adventures. Cool. So, yep, like most titles and thumbnails, but that is not why we're here. Let's check out the latest video, which is 10 very important tips for visitors to the Caribbean. Seems pretty straightforward.
Sometimes when you go to a new place, it can feel a bit overwhelming. With so many Caribbean islands to choose from can be exciting. But what are some of the things you should consider before traveling to one of these beautiful islands? The good news is that your travels to the Caribbean need not be intimidating or scary.
Okay, how long is this? 11
Caribbean
minutes?
boasts about
25?
700 islands.
Okay, can you just pause it and then go to the description? Need to find out a little bit more about this channel. Then can we go to the about section
All right.
of the channel?
Exceed your expectations by creating and delivering a diversified portfolio of authentic, high-quality content from all around the Caribbean region. Caribbean diaspora? I don't know what that is. Support your interests.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So basically, if you are traveling to the Caribbean, at any point, you would come to this channel, and it seems like a one-stop shop for everything you could possibly want to know about the Caribbean, and
Caribbean culture. Yeah.
in the context of like traveling there. What did you think?
So it was very, very highly produced, which is what I just want to check. Like, was this an individual creator, or is this perhaps a media company, a tourism company that's kind of doing highly produced content? And it kind of feels like the latter rather than an individual creator. It almost felt like I was watching something on television as opposed to a YouTube video. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because that's why I wanted to check the video length. It's what, like 10 minutes long, so it's, you know, a good YouTube length, and it you know, had that very traditional sense to it. I think it's very highly produced, and I would be happy watching this if I was thinking about visiting the Caribbean as a tourist. And what about you, Dan?
Yeah, but this is a lot of what we're going to talk about today. Is we're going to say this quite a bit, I think, because we did last time. You'll see us talk about how it's really important to have like B-roll in front of in the first few seconds of your video, right? If you're going to talk about something, show what you're talking about using B-roll. This channel's a little bit different because they're doing a voiceover and only relying on B-roll, essentially, because there's no A-roll of them in front of the camera talking, right? So they're just taking these really awesome looking shots and stringing them together to put over their voice. And maybe they're talking about cuisine right here. Let's listen for a second.
If traveling to the Caribbean is on your bucket list, in this video, we will unveil 10 tips you should definitely consider, whether it's your first trip, second trip, or a frequent traveler to the region.
All right, pause there. So I think as highly produced and polished that is, we still haven't got to 10 very important tips for visitors to the Caribbean. You know, I think you could probably get into that a little quicker. I feel as if this is similar to like a channel such as Mojo, you know, that covers movie stuff. And it would be interesting if you watch one of their videos, how quickly they get into the top 10s or the listicles or whatever. We don't have to watch one of their videos, Dan. I'm just using them as an example. But yeah, it felt like it labored a bit. It was almost as if, don't take this the wrong way, the video is trying to show off the production quality and all of the B-roll and all of the footage they have, as opposed to getting to the value of the content. Maybe.
I have a feeling the production quality is like consistent throughout. It does look that way as I scrub the timeline.
Yeah.
Real quick, before I get too far away from it, my point about B-roll was that's basically what it looks like. Is you're talking about something and there's footage of the thing you're talking about. So we're going to be giving that tip quite a bit. So this channel is a good one to look at for that. But I agree with you. It shouldn't take a minute and 20 seconds to get into the first tip. I basically, like, you already sold me on the click right here and with the thumbnail, right? You're giving me Caribbean travel tips. And in your intro, you talk about how, like, you keep pontificating about the kind of person who might want to visit the Caribbean. And
that word, pontificating. Love it, Dan.
I hope I used it correctly.
Yeah, you did.
And, you know, maybe you're just visiting for a little while, or maybe, you know, it doesn't have to be scary, and you just keep like going and going. A lot of people, if we don't have it right now, sometimes it's just not here, but that new graph that YouTube shows us for the most replayed bits, I kind of wonder if people have already skipped to the first chapter by the time they get out of like the first couple of seconds, because it's like, yeah, intro. And the other thing too is you named your intro on your chapters, which basically invites people to go skip. Right.
You might as well rename it skip.
Exactly. So you should name that something just a little more interesting, like who, like even if it's just who's the video for, or you replicate the title in that first chapter, just to like, I don't know, stop the skipping there. But I would also, this segment should be way shorter, I think. You have access to your analytics and we do not. So be sure to compare what we're saying to what you're seeing in your analytics. Let's just watch the first tip a little bit before we move on.
Okay, sure.
Do not limit yourself to the all-inclusive resorts. We know many travel agencies recommend staying safe within the walls of your all-inclusive resort, scaring travelers with all sorts of dangers out there. However, you'd be missing the real local experience, the culture, the food, and the atmosphere of the country you are visiting. You just need to be mindful, use some common sense, and move with licensed operators or trusted guides. Avoid sketchy-looking vehicles or people. In addition to this, do not leave valuables in rental cars or on the beach. Keep expensive phones, cameras, or cash out of sight, and be respectful.
So that's the first tip. Do not limit yourself to Caribbean all-inclusive resorts. Very searchable chapter. These chapters can be, searched. So if people were to be looking at Caribbean all-inclusive resorts, they might happen upon your video, and it could be this section of it where they're like, a lot of people will say you should stay in the resort walls. So I think you're, in terms of chapters, for the most part, you're doing these right. In terms of views, this video premiered yesterday, and you got 32 views. You have 3,000 subscribers. I think, this is one of those that is going to build over time, and we can look at some of your other top 10 videos to see how they've done. 7 days ago, you did one that was 340 views. 10 days ago, 239 views. And then you got one here, 2,000 views from 2 weeks ago. 5 most influential Caribbean political leaders. That's interesting. Now I'm kind of in channel audio.
Well, yeah, this is going to be interesting when you do this, Dan, because I do want to touch on this. So we're not doing channel audits, but I think right now this channel is I would go as far as saying a Jamaican sports history channel in terms of the most popular videos by far are when you're covering Olympic sprinters and then the Cool Runnings bobsled story. And another thing to mention is that those are videos and stories about people. And the video we just watched, as I say, it had a very polished approach to it. Dare I say it felt a little corporate, at least for the YouTube world. And what I mean by that is usually, I may be wrong with this, this is an open question to the audience. When you want to find out about a place and you go to YouTube, you maybe want to watch somebody's personal experience and journey and story. And so you go to a particular character, influencer, somebody who's going to give like their own honest opinion and assessment. And did the general, I guess, faceless channel B-roll tips make it feel a little, dare I say it, soulless? And I, again, as I say that, I'm starting to think, God, here I'm being this really critical, ruthless viewer. But I don't know. Am I being too harsh there, Dan? Oh,
I see what you're saying. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if there is a subset of viewers, depending on what their goal is. I don't know if they would prefer the more corporate looking video or if they would prefer to look at it through the eyes of an individual. I think it kind of depends. Like if I'm going for a visit versus if I like want to buy a house there, right? Like if I want to buy a house there, I'm probably going to look at a lot of different videos. I want to look through the eyes of the people who live there, just individuals making very quick and dirty YouTube videos. But I also want to maybe learn a little bit about the more professional side of it, like real estate agents and real estate channels, like putting together house tours and area tours and things like that. So if I'm just looking for a quick visit though, I might just want to like, what's some cool stuff that people are going to do? Like you told me to leave the resort walls, but like, tell like, and maybe they do in that video, but tell me about some of the other places. And I think a person holding a camera and walking through a market or something,
being there
feels like you're there.
Yeah.
So that is something to consider. But then that said, like, there might be an audience for that. What I'm worried about is there an audience for people who want to watch about Jamaican bobsledding, and the same people, are they going to want to know about just the regular tourism facts?
Yeah, I think all of the tourism come to the Caribbean videos are being flattened by these I guess sports documentaries.
Yeah.
I mean, shall we watch the first 30 seconds of one, Dan, and like just see how different it is compared to the other stuff? All right, come on, get on with this. Come on, let's move on.
Recipes,
come on,
travel places. It's a
come
lot.
on, move along. Nothing to see here. All right.
The Jamaican bobsled at the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. Cool Running 2.0. The Jamaican bobsled team is the hottest thing on ice. It's been 34 years since Jamaica, a small Caribbean island of just 2.9 million people with a tropical climate.
So it is like a documentary.
Yeah.
There's a chance there's some overlap, but I would say overall, the people that you're targeting with this video are not the same as the people that you're targeting with the other content that we watched.
Yeah.
So that be the other thing, even though we got into channel audit mode there for a minute, like that's what I'd be keeping in mind. I think that's, if you're coming to us and going, why aren't my videos getting views? My editing's on point. Your intros are a lot shorter now. The branded intro we saw earlier was much, much shorter than the one we just watched. If that would have been one of our tips to shorten that, and you did. It's going to be like the audience that you're targeting with your content at the end of the day. All right, we'll move on to, how about our first vidIQ Max channel of today's live stream. We're going to do a couple of these today. So vidIQ Max is one of our newest services. And there you go, vidIQ Max. What we did before the live stream is we went into the Discord, the private Discord for our vidIQ Max users, and said, hey, exclusive
Discord channel.
This is your opportunity to submit your channel and get an extra chance to have a video review today. And a few people did, in fact, submit their channels. So we're going to be looking at one of their videos before we get back to the claw and our random selection. So this is Mocknix. They are in the vidIQ Max program. They have over 1,000 subscribers. So congratulations to you. And their latest video was put out a day ago. AI green text bots make the best memes. This is a new thing. You know what's funny is I saw this green text thing for the first time, I think this morning. And then somebody in our company like mentioned it in Slack, this morning as well. And then this video now. So this is like a new trend. New trend alert. We need like a sound effect. Here we go. I got this one. New trend alert. Green text AI bots. Okay. Just if you're a meme channel, especially, let's see what this is about.
Be me driving down the road. Notice a hitchhiker. Pick him up. He's a serial killer. Be hitchhiker. Get in the car with strange man. He seems nice enough. Kill him. June 15th, 2022, r/AI green text was born, and AI nons began flooding the sub with hilarious green text. Now, with all the AI generated things going on, Batman scripts, Demigorgons playing basketball, Jacksepticeye and King of the Hill, kind of. It wasn't long before someone typed in the words "be me" in OpenAI and created the first artificial intelligent green text. Over the last 5 days, the sub has gained more than 7,000 members. And the posts...
Thanks for bleeping that out.
Yes, appreciate that. I like the intro. I like the energy.
I didn't get a joke on that one, I must admit.
I'm still learning how the green text thing works, but I was kind of following a little bit. I think if you already know what this is, you'll totally be hooked on that intro.
Yeah, the format of this intro though was very, very good. Like you just threw us straight into, like, it wasn't showing. It wasn't telling. You were showing us what AI green text is, and then you almost like take a few steps back and explain it, but explain it in a really informative way. Very well edited. This VTuber, I guess, appearance is pretty cool. It's something visually different. So I'm giving you thumbs up on this intro, and I'm not just doing that because it's a vidIQ Max member. I think it's really well put together.
I completely agree, and I don't think that us sitting here telling you to fix and nitpick at your intro. I don't think that's going to be helpful. Honestly, I think your channel just needs to kind of build up some content. If I'm being perfectly honest,
Well,
and
just imagine, like, from the other two videos that we've watched, in terms of the intros, that we were 45 seconds in, and we already felt as if we were deep into the meat of a context, and like, it been set up well, and it's like, right, yeah, this is good. I think I'm committed for the next 4 minutes. I'm going to enjoy watching this.
yeah. I just wanted to go to the most popular videos just to see. So 10 months ago, you were doing these Blender tutorials, and they did really well. I'm trying to get a sense of what the channel's about, because that was going to be my concern. Again, going into channel audit mode for a second, I feel like this is a really good direction. The AI green text thing. What if your channel was about AI in general, AI trends, funny AI things? What if you were the AI person? And the reason I say that is because, and that's what I thought when I first started watching the video, because you have this character, this computer generated character. It would fit so well. You talking about this as that avatar about this particular subject just works. But then you're talking about like Stray, this game.
All right, here it is. The moment we've all been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting for. It's about damn time technology caught up with the demands, because now, at long last, we can finally play as a cat. This is Stray. Stray's a
I'm
video
not
game.
interested in this now. Ugh. Who wants to be a cat?
It's such a jump, right? Like, it's such a jump from AI technology to my thoughts on this video game. So that's what I think the concern is here for this channel. What do you think?
Why everyone recognizes this first? Like, that thumbnail and that title just really intrigued me.
Does this guy look familiar? Well, he should, because I guarantee you've seen him before. And in like 2 minutes, you're going to learn something about him.
Wow, that's
you
just
might
fantastic editing.
So the other day I was watching the
Really
movie
well put
Social
together.
Network, the one about Zuckerberg creating Facebook while Justin Timberlake's in the back doing things. Well, my viewing experience went something like this. Okay,
This is a good example of like transformative content as well. You are taking clips from the Social Network, but it's lots of editing, voiceover, and progression of your thoughts and opinions on the film.
Yeah. It's great because you're only using the clips you need to in your script. Some people will just play it for a while, This is very, very transformative.
There he is. That's the guy. That's the guy I always fucking see. So I did a little digging, and what I found.
So interesting topic. More like trendy, kind of like just intriguing stuff. To me, this video actually does feel similar to the AI green text video, and that's just an interesting topic that people probably have seen around. Like I recognize them. Like, you have a recognizable thing, and this video I think will be a slow burn for you. I think this video is going to get more and more and more views. The AI green text video. In fact, I'd be doubling down on this in different ways. Experiment with it.
This is a channel where I'd be really interested to know what the audience retention is. I'm guessing it's relatively high. It's funny actually because I'm seeing Mocknix in the Discord channel now, actually chatting to Travis as he's being audited. Just kind of spooky. Like, I can see everything right now. I can see like what's going on in the live stream, what's going on behind the scenes. And of course, if you want to follow this conversation in the Discord, then you would have to join vidIQ Max. What a wonderful segue plug that was.
Yes. In fact, I could go to vidIQ.com/Max right now if I was interested in joining vidIQ Max and learn everything I need to know. It's linked down below as well. This is where you want to be to have that more individualized attention, rather. They do regular, I want to say live streams, basically webinars with vidIQ Max users where they will discuss a topic and give you a chance to ask questions live. And then all those recordings, they are recorded, get saved for you so you can go back right now. You can join today and see a couple dozen by now different recordings we have.
I think we're up to 16.
16?
Remember. Yeah.
16 different recordings, all on different topics. It's been incredible, and the folks in there are also super helpful. Not only that, you have Travis, Alexi, and Jeff answering questions in the Discord basically 24/7.
And just to alienate the 440 people who are watching right now, I'm going to shout out to all of the people who've just shouted at me in the Discord server. So hello to Mocknix, TF Brit, Journey, the unofficial fourth coach at vidIQ Max, the Pop Finder, Vanilla Golden Dog. Stay tuned, stay tuned. And let's just say Leandro37 as well. Hello to all of you in the Discord. Yeah, I love
Yes. If you want to learn more, vidIQ Max, link down below. We'll stop plugging it now. Fine.
We'll stop plugging it now.
We'll
Carry on.
yeah, all right. I'm gonna go back to the clock.
Get me off screen. Get me off full screen. So I guess just to put a button in the what's the phrase? To pin the tail on the donkey of the channel we were just talking about. In terms of video reviewing, I was a brilliant channel, really well edited, new ideas. It was entertaining. It was fast. It was snappy. Perhaps what they need next is a channel audit to maybe talk about the content decisions that are going to help them going forward. Because to me, Dan, it just feels as if that creator is putting in the right work and effort, and they just need the continued positive signals sent to YouTube to finally pay off, where YouTube can nail down their target audience. Because the audience retention must be pretty high on that content. It's really, really well done, worth watching.
I would think so. So this is Whiskers we're checking out next, and they do not know what their channel focus is. So we won't harp on that. We're just gonna focus on your videos. And looks like you are a shorts creator almost exclusively, trying some different things. Let's look at a couple shorts. This one is called How Your Dad Got the Milk.
Oh, there's a Rickroll there. I'm going to talk to begin with just to make sure that we don't get Rickrolled with the music. Is there any sound on this? I don't know.
No.
Yeah. I think, let's be honest, Dan, I think especially on shorts, it needs a background track, music, or little pops as the comments are changing. Like Beluga does this really well with little sound effects where the comments keep changing and stuff. So without sound, like I'd just be immediately swiping off. Maybe that's just an instinctive thing.
Yeah.
I must apologize. I haven't even really been watching the video.
People are mad at me. People are mad.
Get off, Mr. Beast.
Sorry. So that is for shorts. I would say a skip for me. If I clicked on this button right here and I wanted to watch shorts, and that one popped up with no sound whatsoever, and I was just kind of forced to read, there's no music. It's like there's a lot of like confusion there. I think people will just swipe away, and that's what you need to avoid.
Should we try what happened to the Pokemon Kid? Well, because that's got 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Pokemon Go kid? This is him now. Do you remember the Pokemon Go kid? This is him now.
Oh, is that literally it?
That's it. Yeah. At least that video, I think, had a point. You know, it was like it didn't drag on longer than
I bet it's got an audience retention of like 180% or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you would probably look at that and go, wait, what does he look like now? And watch it again. So when I think of shorts and I think of like what you're doing, that works for me. I actually think that was probably a good idea.
What about the Who Are You one that's got 2,500 views?
Oh, hi.
Is this your content or someone else's content? Is it a
Wait
clip?
a minute. Who are you?
Okay, cool.
My name is Chicky. Chicky.
Okay. Okay.
So memes, if you were wondering what your channel's about, we would describe this as like a meme channel. Some of these land like this one, some of them, I don't know, maybe I'm just not in the culture, but I think the reason that some of these have such low views is because maybe YouTube tries them and people don't get it and they click off. And that's all it is. When it comes to shorts, all it is helping people understand the second they get to your short, what the heck's going on, you know? You can't do it with a title and a thumbnail in most cases because people are scrolling in a different way. So you got to be clear. It needs to be upfront. And even when it's a meme, it should be kind of obvious, like where things are going, or that anticipation should feel like, oh, I'm going to stick around. I may not know what's going on, but it feels interesting. Whatever's on the screen right now is interesting me.
This is more of a content conversation, but I wonder if you did 25 shorts that were all what happened to blank. So it might be who could we use an example of, like, from 10 to 15 years ago, and what's ever happened to him?
Ray William Johnson.
But he's just come back. He's come back in a big way.
That's why I think I remembered him.
The star from Malcolm in the Middle.
Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then and Now. Yeah.
Then and Now. There is a channel that specializes in this that is just now on my recommendations all the time. It's shown me all of the Where Are They Now from the cast of different Star Trek series. Like, and it's very simple stuff. It's a picture of them in character in a film or the movie or the TV series, and then a recent picture of them. And it's super simple, but I don't know. I keep watching them. I'm somewhat fascinated by it. And I'd probably be the same if they did wrestling, like Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the case of most wrestlers, it's dead from steroid abuse, unfortunately.
Well, that went dark. So,
yeah, sorry.
In any case,
truth.
I think those are our tips. Shorts need to be really snappy, really quick, and easy to understand, approachable for a wide array of people. So best of luck. Keep it up. You've been at it for 2 weeks. This is a lot of content for 2 weeks. You have a few pretty big breakout successes.
Cool.
The easiest way to backflip.
Go on then, let's do this.
This is a certified hood classic.
It's going to be some copyright. That's quite funny. I've got to pay.
I'm sure the music made it better, but I went ahead and muted that.
That made me chuckle, did that one, actually. I like that.
So there you go. That was Whiskers. Thank you for submitting your videos. We have 508 submissions now. I can't seem to keep the claw up to date.
Goodness, everyone's going bonkers. I do want to mention, I'm seeing the occasional hashtag review in the chat. This will not work now. We're using the claw.
Yeah.
If we do that in the future of this live stream, it will be a different word, and we will tell you when to type it into the chat. If you want to put in hashtag Rob is awesome, go ahead. We'll not get you a channel audit or a video review, but you are more than welcome to do that right now.
49. So we have 439. Now we're going to 493. Thanks, Claw.
You put in 193 there, Dan. Careful with you're keying in.
Yeah.
Oh, podcast. Oh, we have to approach this in a different way.
Okay, so I'm already seeing my first problem, but let's... We talk about thumbnails and titles a lot today. Just know our general advice would be that these should all be different. All right, let's see. So, for a podcast channel, these are pretty short. Appropriate YouTube length, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. Yeah. Let's check it out.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to Black and Orange Podcast. We'll talk Bitcoin and everything related to Bitcoin in a plain and simple manner. Why? Because Bitcoin is for everyone. I'm Jerome Hughes, and I'm your host, and let's go ahead and get right into it. First and foremost, I'd like to apologize for not uploading yesterday because I had some issues with my stomach, and it wasn't a good time for me to record anything. Trust me when I say that. Y'all don't want to hear any noises or see any reactions. Anyway, what I want to talk about is
just the way he said, trust me. I just started visualizing. It's like, no, don't go there.
So
it made me laugh in the first 30 seconds. That was good.
I do like that. For that reason, it is hard for me to give this advice. So this is kind of like a personal preference thing. If you're going to apologize for not uploading, do it at the end of the video. As a new viewer, and that's what you're always trying to do is capture new viewers with your content. They don't know you didn't upload yesterday. So I think for a podcast, you should do an introduction. You need to tell people what the heck your podcast is. I would listen to some podcasts to figure out more creative ways because this just felt a little bit long. If you took out the part about I'm sorry I didn't upload, it would have shortened it, I think, to maybe an appropriate length. Oh, geez. Right in my face. Hate that. The next thing I would say is because it's YouTube, is there any B-roll?
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well, Dan, in terms of, all right, it's a podcast. Audio is important, and your audio is on point, is exceptional, but you're also in a visual video medium. And so I look at the blank background. I look at Dan, who's completely distracted by a fly or whatever it is. And I look at the cropping of this. It's kind of like, it's like,
I hate this. Sorry.
Dan, come on. Sort your environment. I look at this framing and the fact that you are just covering the framing means that you're like in almost like 25% of the screen.
Yeah, there's a bunch of space above you. Like it's just kind of all this negative space.
Yeah. And is it like that for the entire video, Dan?
Yeah.
The track, yeah. Now, if you're just wanting to... Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's so distracting.
Do you need to break character down for like a minute? To sort out this
It's
issue?
the lights. It's just like a fly got in here and it's like, ooh, lights.
Yeah. This is live streaming for you folks.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Now lost my train of thought completely.
I'm so sorry.
I was going to say something really thoughtful and insightful.
You're talking about the space around him.
Yeah, it was something beyond that. I'm trying to remember what it was. No, it's completely gone. Oh, no. What I was going to say is if your primary distribution of this content is an audio podcast and you're just using YouTube as a repository to put the videos somewhere, fine, no problem. But it doesn't make for a very satisfying viewing experience.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think one thing you could do if you're like, well, I don't really have a lot of B-roll opportunities, is maybe a second camera angle. Like that's what a lot of podcasts do. They have multiple camera angles. So looking at other podcasts on YouTube would be appropriate. With a podcast, you can get away with a little bit more because it is mostly audio. So people will turn this on and they're probably not going to look at the screen too much anyway. They might just have it on their phone while they're doing something. So I wouldn't stress that too much. What I think your biggest challenge is going to be is thumbnails and titles every video. You have Black and Orange Podcast episode 8, Bitcoin holders and the government. So you have the most interesting bit in the title almost truncated behind the episode, like of the podcast. It's in every single video. This should be at the end of your title. Your title needs to flip flop. That's the first thing. And then if you're going to say Bitcoin holders and the government, you should have imagery on your thumbnail that represents those two things somehow. So maybe a government regulator or something holding a gavel or whatever, like whatever you want to do, like, and then the Bitcoin logo, just simple. I'm talking like 2 elements max. So governing body, Bitcoin. So people make that connection. Like, is somebody regulating Bitcoin? Is something new happening? And they read the title, Bitcoin holders and the government, and they're like, okay, as a podcast, I'll learn more from clicking on this. So
I would also say, Dan, like I might even go a step further. When you say flip the title, I might get rid of the name of the podcast and try and explain a bit more of a why. Bitcoin holders and the government. Yeah, what about it? Tell me why this is important to me.
What's changing?
Changing?
Even something like that.
How is that affecting me?
Mm-hmm.
What's it got to do with me, the viewer?
Yeah.
Do you just want to jump like, I don't know, let's go 4 minutes in, just a random place, because I want to see if you're using anything with this lower third. Is it just like a graphic, or are we putting some text in there, or?
They're not going to go to Bitcoin on the blockchain network to get Bitcoin to use for their activities, where that ledger or proof of purchase or transactions that they've made will be available to the public. In order for if they do,
it is just talking head, isn't it? It's just record, end recording, upload.
Mm-hmm. So nothing in a podcasting space, nothing necessarily wrong with your approach. I think this is how I expect a channel like this to start out. I would get fancier later on as you kind of build everything up. YouTube is trying to become a home for podcasts.
That's true. That's true.
They're investing a lot in that right now. So I don't want to tell you that, your podcast shouldn't be here. It doesn't belong here. I actually watch quite a few podcasts on YouTube. So you're in a good place.
Can I just ask about that, Dan? Just to go off on a tangent a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you watch podcasts on YouTube? Like what? Because for me, I don't know. I mean, I listen to podcasts on my smartphone while I'm playing Lego Star Wars or whatever, but do you just start playing the video and like don't look at the video? You just have it playing in the background, or does it become a viewing experience as well?
This is the one I'm watching right now. It's Always Sunny podcast. If you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you would love this. It's the 3 creators of the show who also happen to star in the show, and they just talk about the show, and it's literally
J-irie look.
Cult Leader would probably have their own.
there's different camera angles, and it's a well edited. It's still an
Sure.
hour long podcast, but it's well edited. Different conversations, things like that. So it's a nice set. Obviously, they have lots of money, and they can afford to put together this like incredible podcasting studio.
Yeah.
I actually would. I usually what I do is like this will be like my lunchtime content. So I'll be having lunch, and this will be on, and I'll look at the screen occasionally. If they reference something, occasionally the video is used to like.
Right.
If they talk about a costume that one of the characters wore once, they'll like throw up like a, you know what I mean? Not always though. So they don't make great use of the video. That said, the channel as a whole is doing a lot of things that I think a podcasting channel could learn from. They do the long form podcasts on here. Originally, I was just listening to these on like Google Podcasts. So they're on all the platforms as well. They're also making really, really good use of shorts and just taking funny moments from the podcasts and turning them into YouTube shorts.
I'm in Toronto because I'm shooting a movie, and my character is bald on top. We did the hair and makeup test on Monday, so it's had a little chance to kind of grow back in. But
It's glorious.
So they just take moments from the show and cut them into shorts. It's great. Like if you want to learn from podcasting channels, like I would recommend this one highly because they really only just got started, and this is I think some incredible growth for them just on YouTube alone.
Evidence as well that sometimes you don't need good thumbnails because they were meh.
Yeah, meh thumbnails. Yeah. But they have the Hollywood kind of backing too.
Sure.
So you don't necessarily need great thumbnails when you're at this level. I would argue though that if they were to put more effort, like this is my favorite thumbnail so far, the latest one. If they were to put some more effort, they'd probably see even more, views from maybe people who don't watch the show.
Exactly. Yeah, it may appeal to me who's never heard of them before, doesn't know what it's about, but that's where as a brand new potential viewer to the content, that's where the thumbnail and the title are really important.
Yeah.
Me personally, I wouldn't click on any of them, but it's because I'm not familiar with the crew.
YouTube also has these tags at the top. You've probably seen them. Podcasts comes up all the time for me. It's just one of the tags that's front and center. Like they really want people to use YouTube to watch podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So just something to keep in mind. It's funny that I click podcasts and like Nick Nimmon's coming up. This is not a podcast. Emily Baker's coming up. I don't think that would necessarily be a podcast, more just a live stream. But anyway, YouTube is investing in podcasts right now. You can definitely do a podcast and have your content show up. It's just you're still going to need to play by some of the YouTube rules, and so titles and thumbnails for you are where I'd be starting.
I'm curious, Dan, just why did 2 videos get quite a lot of views? Just while I can see like some of them got 4,000 views. Don't do that one. Do the episode 3. Just click there.
Can Bitcoin be hacked?
Okay, pause it. Oh, there's a little bit of an intro there. 12 likes. How many comments?
0.
I'm wondering if it did some paid ads on that.
It could have been paid. It could have been maybe another platform.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got rid of this intro. Silent, just screen stays up for a bit too long. Way too long.
it's nice, but
yeah, it is nice.
Tell me about Bitcoin.
Yeah. So you kind of ditched that. I think you could have combined the two. I would have just started talking under it.
Oh yeah.
You could have done it that way too.
And then faded in.
Mm-hmm. So just a few different things you can play with, but I really before we go on to the next channel, I just want to reiterate, I don't think that's where I'd be starting to make my changes. Title and thumbnail for this channel. That's my opinion. All right. 549. What's going on? I don't even know if we get this many for channel audits.
We do, but it's over 2 different forms.
Right. So I'll do 580. We're going to have to oil the claw. 521. All right.
Everyone under like 400 is probably thinking, what's going on here? Do I have to resubmit?
Okay. The Sonic Empire, 39 subscribers. Scribe or you will not have a cookie.
It feels as if we're auditing a Sonic channel every week at this point. We haven't audited this channel, but I'm sure we did like a Sonic remix and re-edits channel last Tuesday.
Yeah. Why does this exist? We'll do this short. It has like a bunch of views from a day ago.
All right.
I'm gonna head muting that.
Who we got?
Okay, so
whoa.
Something happened. It is Sonic, so it moves quickly. Is it that thing? It's not clear what's happening in the short. But maybe if you're a player of this game, I'm guessing it's whatever this thing that pops up is, like this.
Dr. Robotnik at the end.
So here's where I would say you went wrong.
To be fair, it wasn't on for very long, Dan. I think it was like half a second.
No, but, and I get the temptation, but doing this breaks your loop potential.
You've ruined a loop, yeah.
You've ruined a potential loop. You could have gotten people to watch that 2 times probably without noticing that they watched it 2 times.
To figure out what it was about.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in the outro you've put on your short allows me to go, oh, cool, it's done, and scroll to the next thing. So keep that in mind when you're doing shorts. I would just avoid the subscribe call to action altogether. I've been playing with it myself. There's no good place for it. It just kind of, it's an invitation. By the way, you're on YouTube and you can subscribe to my channel. Like me. No, with shorts, just YouTube made you a nice red subscribe button. Let them do the work. Just, it's on the bottom of every short. It's nice, bright red. If people want to subscribe, they will subscribe. Don't ask for subs in your shorts. It's just my very hot take on this.
I guess what I can say in a positive light is that there was no wasted footage other than the subscribe bit right at the end.
Right.
It didn't try and tell you why this thing exists in 20 seconds, 40 seconds. It was, straight in there, 5-second clip, boom, done, move on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the editing in that sense was tight.
Yeah, I think that's the appropriate length for sure. I wish it was more clear what thing you were talking about. Maybe if there was like an arrow or a text that popped up and went, why, that would have made it more clear. Like I'm guessing it's this thing, but it doesn't seem to affect you. Like I don't see a death screen. I don't see anything that pops up that's like, that looks inherently bad. It just kind of looks like Sonic just leaves and then the video ends. So it's like, why does that exist? I guess, So just a nitpick there. I want to watch another one.
Yeah, let's try another one.
So we could look at the long form one, but it looks like it's just a minute long. You drew Sonic. I'll draw the Sonic logo colored pencils. I'd worry about the music here, which I'm going to mute. And it's just them kind of, I guess, coloring in Sonic. At least they got right to the content. There wasn't that intro of like, hey guys, my name's Bob and today I'm drawing Sonic. What are your thoughts?
I guess, is this particularly interesting for a Sonic fan to be watching somebody, I guess, color by numbers, so to speak, a little bit? The hand was covering up the image quite a bit as well. I think this is one of these examples where you want to look at that video in about 2 weeks when you've forgotten almost that you've made it. And then you're able to look at it from a viewer's point of view and then actually say to yourself, yeah, this is a bit boring, actually. Why did I do this? That's kind of a feeling I get from that video.
Also, unless something's changed, this won't count as a YouTube short. It's
correct.
It is too wide. You have to do square or vertical. You can't just put hashtag shorts in a less than 1 minute video. So if you want to be a shorts channel, that's totally awesome, but you will need to always have a crop of some kind. You're getting some pretty good views on your Sonic shorts.
Yeah.
My
there's
guess,
a channel focus there. It's a Sonic fan channel.
I guess you know, you're on the right track when it comes to the content itself. It's nice and short. I'm guessing this one's the same thing, where something happens. I told you not to click on the video. I saw some kind of text pop up, but it's hard to read. And then subscribe. The video's over, and you broke the loop. So the next time you make a short, my challenge for you is to not invite people to subscribe, and to think of the context from the viewer's perspective. Just there's something about not clicking on the video, but it doesn't. Again, it wasn't clear by what I was watching in the video why I shouldn't have clicked. Maybe there's something in the sound that I missed, but assuming there wasn't, think about the context of a new viewer who doesn't know who you are, and they know Sonic is a video game that exists, right? Like, make sure to leave some context in there. So try those tips the next time you make some shorts, and hopefully YouTube will push it even farther next time.
Oh my goodness. What is this? Dan, did you hear that?
No.
My sound effects.
No, it worked. I was just kidding.
Folks, I have a very special announcement. It's interrupting this live stream for just a few moments. No, it's not another vidIQ Max plug. That's coming later on. What we want to tell you today is a very special announcement, is that for the last decade, that's right, the last decade, we have been helping you grow on YouTube with data-driven decisions that our tools can create for you. But we've also realized that the landscape of content creation is changing, and we are changing along with it, which means there should be some appropriate dance music here. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
We are going all TikTok. That's right, folks. We are launching vidIQ for TikTok. So if you are a fan of short content creation, you will know that one of the pillars of success and going viral on TikTok is attaching your videos to popular sounds and music, which is a little more forgiving on TikTok in terms of copyright. Now, I don't have a very scientific way of demonstrating this tool to you at the moment. So here's my phone, and this is vidIQ for TikTok. And I'm going to show you how it works in literally. Oh dear. Come back. No, my phone's locked. Right, here we go. So this is vidIQ for TikTok. And I'm going to show you how it works in literally 30 seconds, right? You have all of these different categories that are going to associate with what type of content you make, whether you're from a certain location or you are interested in certain topics. Let's say you are interested in dance. Okay, I'm going to go to dance. And now what this is going to do is show you all, let me just lower the brightness here again. This is auto brightness really causing me issues with my phone. I'm going to show you all of the top trending tracks on TikTok for dance, and then you can scroll up and down them. You can tap on them to listen to them. You can see what's trending up and down, and so you can capture the trends on TikTok as they're occurring. You know, you're not having to wait for other people to use the sounds in their TikToks. This app is going to tell you when and how popular a certain music or sound is, and then you can apply it to your TikTok videos. Not only that, but you can personalize the app so that it will send you notifications. Let's say a new song is trending in the US for cooking channels on TikTok, and this certain sound on music is something that you want to adopt. It's going to notify you when that's happening. And the even better news is that right now, TikTok, vidIQ TikTok, is 100% free. No strings attached. It is available for both iOS and Android. So all you need to do is go to the App Store on your phone, search for vidIQ for TikTok, and you can download it for free and start finding out the latest trends and get TikTok famous in no time. Welcome, everybody, to TikTok. Dan, it's your turn. Do a dance. Dance, Dan, dance. This is his fly swatting dance.
That's it. That's all I got.
Pathetic.
Thanks. Well, it didn't work because it's still here. I opened my blinds in the back. Hopefully, it'll get more attached to the window.
We also have, by the way, a new TikTok channel, which is called vidIQ.talk. We have Tucker, our TikTok expert there, making content and eating our own dog food, so to speak. We're using the trending music from our app. We are applying it to our TikToks, and we've already started to see some success. Before we were using the app, we were getting like 300 to 400 views per TikTok. And when we've applied the music that vidIQ's recommended to our videos, I think one got like 25,000, another one got 6,000, and then the one that we did yesterday has already got 11,000. So, it's going to take us a little while to build up that channel, but you can be one of the early adopters of TikTok. So if you do want to spread your eggs into more baskets, that sounds really weird, as I said.
What?
If you want to have a broad base of content distribution, not only YouTube Shorts, not only TikTok, then we've got the app for you.
My security cat has just been triggered. She saw the fly, but she lost it.
I mean, one day maybe we'll be auditing. We're doing video reviews on TikTok videos. We'll see.
Yeah.
For now, it's all back to YouTube now. Thank you for that sponsored segment. Make sure you download vidIQ for TikTok.
There you go. New things, big things. You can bookmark those songs, by the way. I don't know if you noticed.
You can. That's right. You can bookmark them in a list.
Whiskey Wilderness. I love the banner. Love the name. Getting close to that 1,000 subscriber hurdle. Doing shorts. Doing long form content. Why don't we take a look at the first long form video we see?
Yep.
So we're looking at what we assume is a travel channel. It looks like you've renovated a bus and you're touring around in that, which my kind of channel.
Hey guys, it's been a minute, but welcome back. Today on Whiskey Wilderness, we are going to be working on this ceiling. Perforated ceilings are obnoxiously difficult to cover. We can't just paint it. We can't really fill it. And we didn't want to put wood up because A, it's expensive, and 2, it would reduce our head height. So we found an amazing solution in Tolex fabric, which is used on amplifiers in the music industry. It's waterproof, it's stain resistant, it's easy to clean, and if it can get kicked around on some rock band's amps for 30 years without any damage, I think a bus ceiling will be just fine. So
okay, we jumped right in.
Yeah, I think there wasn't enough of a setup there. Dan, like if we go to 8 minutes in, do we get evidence of like the finished product here?
awesome. Like I got some stain on one of my panels on accident and was able to wipe
So
it.
I think what's required here is maybe some B-roll footage of the finished article and or clips of you in the middle of doing a renovation on the ceiling that you could have perhaps brought into the intro. Because as you say, Dan, it just jumped straight in. Like there was no intro or hook at all. And I guess that's better than a long-winded branded intro. But it was almost like as a viewer, I was thrown into it without really knowing. I guess I did know what was going on, but there wasn't an element of tension or excitement that was introduced in that intro.
Right.
What do you think? Okay, so we're using music and stuff earlier on. Like this could have been a bit of a B-roll, like literally 2 seconds of that as part of B-roll at the intro.
So yeah, this is the example we were kind of talking about earlier. So while you're talking, and you're referencing something here, which is fine, but once you get back to just you,
Perforated ceilings are obnoxiously.
So as you're talking about how it's obnoxiously difficult, but we got this fabric, just a couple of teasers of you kind of putting it up and things like that. That's what we're kind of talking about, adding that B-roll, because just having you explain it, it's just kind of like, well, let's do it then. you know, you're just kind of waiting for the video to start. But with the B-roll, you kind of allow the video to seamlessly kind of start. Like people are already kind of like interested in seeing the progress that's going to unfold throughout the course of the video.
Can you play it while muted? I just want to check. Are they suffering from looking at the viewfinder syndrome?
A little
Feels like it. Maybe on the phone. You're filming from a phone on a selfie mode, and you're looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do go back to the lens occasionally.
Yeah.
So now this is all looking at the lens, which is fine. Now back to the viewfinder. Just a small presentation style upgrade.
And then now I feel like we started the content. Now when the scene changes and looks like we're about to build something, that makes it feel like the video is actually starting. But you have 42 seconds before this, so it's just kind of like that invitation to like, do I want to stick around? You know, so that B-roll just keeps things interesting. It keeps those pattern interrupts there, and it helps people, you know, get more invested in the content. They're not going to click away as often. So yeah, but overall, I think you have something really cool here. You have this very unique channel. Like not a lot of people can go out and just buy a bus and have also the skills, you know, and the money to renovate it. So you have something really, really awesome here. I would say that you're already in a really good place with your content. You know, these thumbnails, pretty good. I'd say kind of text heavy, but still overall, pretty good. You have good length here for your videos. There's a dog in this one, so that always helps. You know, we're kind of nitpicking. We want to help you continue to improve. So yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Can we watch the one that is 6 minutes long, Dan? Like how to make screens for schoolie. For a schoolie.
Hey everybody.
Wow, whoa.
That was
just go back there, just go back. Play. We're rolling.
Hey everybody.
So this is where you got to really think about the clipping these bits, these awkward pauses and silences, especially at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable, I think, for someone who's just kind of clicking on this.
Welcome to Whiskey Waters, and today we are going to show you how to build screens to put in your windows.
No, but that's fine. That's cool. No, like,
Yeah.
quick jump cut. That was good.
All the items that we use to
That's all
build
good.
these screens, there will be in the description below with links on Amazon so you can build them yourself. Okay, so the first step when you're building these screens is you need to measure your windows.
It was a really short intro.
Yeah,
We're going
20
to tell you to
seconds
do
in.
this.
Yeah.
Step one, you know, measure your windows. Yeah, I do think that's awesome. It has like 1,000 views, which is great. It is kind of a how-to, and I'm kind of shocked. Like that's for well, it was uploaded over a year ago, but that's just kind of a niche topic, you know, for like 1,000 views on a how-to.
Yeah, I think they haven't published that much content in the last year. There's a big break. Whether it was enforced or not, I don't know.
The cat stepped on the keyboard. I'm sorry about that.
So yeah, they took a big 7-month break, which is perhaps maybe dented their momentum a little bit. It's like before that,
Oh yeah, the view
views were
counts.
generally quite healthy. But as you say, Dan, that could be just from evergreen content. They're getting 2 or 3 views a day from searched based content.
Yeah. So it's cool that you're like back to it. It's great. You know, upload frequency plays a role here as well. Let's look at one of the shorts. I just want to see how they're doing shorts. So my guess is that this will kind of continue for a bit, and then the new dashboard will be installed by the end of the short. I don't think we want to watch the whole thing. The only thing I was going to say is that the very beginning of the short, it starts, you know, with like a still image, kind of, you know, dang it, kind of showing like the stop it. you're showing the before and after, so you're kind of giving people you're kind of like spilling the beans, I guess, like already kind of showing the finished product a little bit. And also like the frozen screen confused me a little bit. It made it feel like my computer was lagging. I would have just started the video, like started the movement, and then had Dash Reno part 1 or whatever come up and then leave, you know, and let the speed build kind of play out.
It felt like for a short as well that every clip could have been half as long.
Mm-hmm.
Like just speed it up and be ruthless with that short edit.
Yeah. Overall, cool channel. I think they're off to a really good start, and we're really just nitpicking at this point. You know, trying to help out that very early retention graph. Shall we move on?
What do we got next?
617 submissions. Surprised that we're not seeing a ton of gaming channels. Usually,
you're right. We've hardly done any, or have we done any at all?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
159. We'll see if I eat my words.
This is going to be a Minecraft channel with 43 subscribers.
Fighting games. It is a gaming channel, but it says fighting games. One Step. Oh, 5,000 subscribers. And I'm seeing some Super Smash and Multiverses, which is like a Super Smash, but I think with Nickelodeon characters.
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't we take a look at the latest one?
Sure.
The other day, I heard somebody on the internet say that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was not a fighting game, and it got me thinking, is it?
Take it one step at a time.
What a wild case.
I pause there. So, what we're 13 seconds in, there was a good establishing hook posing a question.
Mm-hmm.
There was consideration to the editing. Branded intro. It was a high quality branded intro, and it was relatively short. I would still say, personally, I would get rid of a branded intro, but I think if there is an argument for keeping it in on a channel, I think it's probably just about wins the argument if they decided to keep it.
It was just short enough to where I didn't feel like calling it out like we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're, like I said, like Rob said, if you are going to keep it, I definitely wouldn't make one that's any longer than that. That's for sure. Let's watch just a little bit more.
Okay.
Especially in today's gaming society, and it's such a big community for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to go out there and say that Super Smash Bros. Is not a fighting game. I kind of can't keep a straight face when saying that. What's going on, my dudes? One Step here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, today we're going over trying to play the devil's advocate here of saying that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is not a fighting game. So subscribe for more fun quality gaming content, my dudes, including more Super Smash Bros.
I kind of lost me a little bit. It's just kind of another interruption, you know, like, welcome back. My name is One Step. Today we're talking about the thing that's in the title and the thumbnail. Also subscribe. It's just such like a long break from the content, you know. I kind of feel like you could have put all this at like the end just to save you the potential like click away that some people might do. At the very least, they might skip ahead. I don't know, Rob. I know, again, I'm nitpicking, ruthlessly nitpicking.
Continue to just track across this timeline. Is it all just clips from Smash Brothers?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So I felt as if in that first 40 seconds,
it looks like the game switches here, so they're probably talking about a different game.
Yeah.
And they come back to Super Smash.
I feel as if it needed a pattern interrupt, and I'm not meaning a pattern interrupt of just shifting to another clip of a game. I was hoping, expecting the creator to come on screen and do some to camera narrative, just because I felt like a great energy and passion in your voice. It felt as if you were probably, you know, really animated as you doing a voiceover narration, and I thought that might be cool to see you in shot. But then that goes on to the conversation of faceless channels and like having a presenter. How important is that? I think And there was also a bit where he said something along the lines of, I can't keep a straight face saying this. It felt like there was maybe a possible pattern interrupt opportunity there with maybe some comedy, whether it was your own face or somebody else's face, or, you know, the classic sound effect of,
Oh, no, 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 no.
did anyone hear that? I don't know.
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah. I was just expecting a response from you, Dan, and I didn't get any. And now I'm
Sorry,
freaking out with my sound
I
effect.
saw the fly and I tried to get it, but I couldn't. The cat was like staring at it.
This is like our secondary story in this live stream, isn't it? Like, what is going to happen to that fly?
I'm hoping the cat will eat it.
Hopefully so. Yeah, you know what? I had the same experience with Jasper. Like, he was just pouring a woodlouse, or I think you call them silverfish over here.
Oh my god!
No, it was a fly that was like, I was obviously dying or didn't have a lot of energy, and Jasper was pouring at it, and then he decided to eat it and then spit it out, and all he'd done is eating the legs and the wings.
Oh.
Really cruel. So, you know, I had to put the fly out of its sorry misery. Anyway, where were we? What were we talking about? Pattern interrupts on the Smash Brothers one. I think just showing the clips throughout takes me back to the days where I would sometimes see YouTube strategists just playing a random video game and then giving us tips at the same time, which kind of frustrated me a little bit as a creator who's like spending time recording analytics, talking to camera, etc., etc.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm laboring on this point a bit too much.
Well, I see where you're coming from. If they're not comfortable being on camera, I think a different pattern interrupt could have been jumping right into what started this whole conversation, right? So you're like, check out this comment that I saw, right? So you pull up the Reddit post or the YouTube comment or whatever. So you give like the story some context. It keeps you from going onto screen, but it helps, you know, bring more to the video, like up front. It's just one way to think about it. But they have an avatar here that looks like it's a likeness of somebody. So I do
Can we
feel
watch
like
another video? Yeah, let's see.
they put themselves in their video.
Yeah, so we might be doing them a disservice. So yeah, that's a live stream. Okay, cool.
What's going on, my dudes? One step here today. Your host, as always.
There you go. Like, lots of personality, lots of passion. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's try another short form video. Like, I don't want to do him a disservice if like that was just the one video where he's not in it.
Kickflip, kickflip, kickflip. Kickflip, break the armor, break the armor, break the armor. Don't even care. Kickflip, kickflip, kickflip. Kickflip for the dub, for the dub, for the dub.
Wow. Take it one step at a time.
What's going on, my dudes? One step here, and welcome back to
So it looks again in video on demand. He's making a choice not to be in front of camera. Although this does look as if it might be a clip from a live stream or a longer form of content.
Yeah, it could be that they record their videos while they're live and do that trick where you can record it and it doesn't capture your face cam. I would just want it on a separate track. I'd want my face cam captured as well, but I can resize it. You know, it was like captured separately from the video. And this seems like a great video where we could have been seeing your reaction every time you see a kickflip. Maybe your face is getting bigger and bigger next to your character doing the kickflips. You know, like there's a lot when you incorporate your face cam into these videos. There's a lot of editing tricks you can do to help with engagement. And as a tip, I suppose it could be something you would consider. You know, they're here too. Thanks for the feedback. Glad you like it. Yeah, love the energy. I think it just could be something to consider.
I guess it's one of those occasions where usually we recommend that the value of the content is the content itself, be it the products that you're talking about, the game you're talking about, the education. But just from the glimpses of what we've seen and hear, I feel as if you could add something to it. Like, you don't dominate the content and put yourself front and center all of the time, but I think you would be able to complement the footage rather than it just being game capture videos.
There's one here where you put yourself in the
As somebody
thumbnail.
who has played both Rumbleverse betas, I'm here today to give you my full, honest thoughts and opinions on the new free-to-play Brawler Royale. Let's get into it.
Take it one step.
So kind of mixing the two.
The bottom corner,
Opinion on the game.
And does he always stay there, or is he going to go full screen at any point?
So these thoughts.
Looks like you're always in the corner.
Yeah.
And again, this is like us just kind of like giving you some extra homework, basically, But a lot of these reviewers, like they'll bring their camera up full screen for a bit, you know,
Yeah.
and then shove it back in the corner. So it just helps break things up a little bit. And in moments where you just kind of have someone running around,
Games probably not.
like, so let's mute this for a minute. So it's just the character's kind of just standing there, nothing's happening. That might be a moment where you come up on the screen. You know what I mean? So it helps break things up, helps people, helps the video flow better and helps people stick around. I like that your subscribe call to action's like in the middle rather than at the very beginning. Maybe it was there, but we did skip ahead. So yeah, these are all just some tips for an otherwise great channel. I love the channel focus. It looks like you're getting some really decent views. Healthy views to subscriber ratio, I would say, especially like some live streams are really doing well for you. So yeah, excellent job. What do you think? 646. What's going on, Rob?
Goodness.
It's too many. What are we supposed to do with all these? You're
Delete them
wearing
all.
out the
Get rid
claw.
of them.
Yeah, no kidding. 650, I guess. I have to change it every time. 367. Unreal. 367.
Unreal. Who would pick a number like 367?
Well, they say. All right. So doing this for about 3 months. We can look at the latest video here. Boyfriend TikTok POVs are so good. So I'm guessing this is the creator. Maybe you're reacting to TikToks.
Let's find out.
This is how I approach women in the wild. Find my target and approach them with my hands in my pocket. I do the classic wall slam.
Is this going to be copyrighted?
I'm sick of these boring men.
Snapchat's
all mine.
This is Wendy's. If you're not here to order, can you please leave the line? Hi, my name is Polo, and POV, you're watching straight white boys acting out ridiculous scenarios with imaginary characters romanticizing toxic relationships to a target audience of young girls. Since this is my first time diving in, or getting my feet wet, if you will, to the world of POVs with you guys, I'm gonna start off with just the basic, but still classic nonetheless, boyfriend POVs. So there will be no bodyguards.
Okay, so we got a little bit more context after the first clip, which
Yep.
I almost paused on. I almost wanted to just talk about it from there, but I'm glad I waited. What are your thoughts so far?
I'd say what I liked was how the creator almost like invited the viewer into the content. Today we're going to look at this, and it's my first time looking at this, but it's like, come on, let's take a look at this and join in this experience. I thought that was a good way of inviting the audience into the rest of the video.
I did too. I think it was nice that they sat down and kind of explained what we're watching, because I'll tell you, like, I was really confused in that first clip. I was just kind of like, I'm not familiar with that subgenre. So I was already confused, but trying to forgive that. But I'm like, well, okay, this doesn't feel like what I clicked on though. It just keeps going, So I guess my advice from someone who doesn't really fully understand this niche, maybe that first clip should have been a bit shorter, just so we can get to you quicker and we can feel like we're in the right place. We clicked on the right thing. I think it's a very creative way to kind of approach this style of content. As a general copyright caution, I would caution you from using too much of this content. Like at one time. It's when you react to things, you want to take it in small bites. You want to make sure that you are adding a lot of transformation to it as often as possible.
I think they're on the right side of that, from what I can tell, from what little I've seen.
Mm-hmm. It's TikToks are so short, so it's easy to play the whole video. We've done it today. We've played entire shorts today because they're just so short. So it's just and I'm not saying that they are on the right or wrong side. It's just a caution that I would be a little bit, aware of that. I suppose it is like, as I scroll, it is like more and more like from TikTok, and then the creator comes back. The editing seems well done, especially like when they're just on them.
Yep.
It's rising.
Oh, God. Music. Rob,
yeah, sorry.
Stop talking. Piano. No copyright claim. Go away.
kind of 2015 Wattpad fanfiction this is, or if you have only been a vampire boy for 5 minutes. But if you have to point to the sun like that, the sun has
Yeah,
been...
so some nice little editing tricks there, you know, using the
Yeah.
pattern interrupts. I think there's a lot of room for growth in terms of for this creator, because they haven't been going for that long, right? They've only got like 10 videos or so on the channel.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, for just a few months.
In a few months.
Impressive. You're in the thousands of views in the last month.
And you know, most of these have got more views than subscribers. So I think clearly the audience is either returning or YouTube is figuring out what your content is about and finding new stuff, which is quite promising considering what looks to be topic jumping to a certain extent. I think, are we gonna say that this channel seems to be a reaction channel following TikTok culture, generally speaking?
It seems that way. They're definitely reacting to it.
Maybe not limited to TikTok, actually. I'm seeing Reddit and other platforms.
Yeah. It could be a number of platforms coming up here. I think for a newer channel, they're definitely on the right track.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. As usual, the editing could be just like a little bit tighter. You could just be a little bit more ruthless here and there. But, you know, you'll learn that over time and pick up new techniques.
Yeah. Thank you for your submission. I think it is about time we introduce the next vidIQ Max person of today's live stream before we go back to the claw picker. It is Vanilla Golden Dog. They are a vidIQ Max member. We did talk about Max earlier, but if you want to learn more, vidIQ.com/Max, it is down below in the description. And this is one of the folks who is in the exclusive Discord, who's joining all the different sessions and learning from our coaches and other creators alike. They have a is that a golden retriever? Right? Or a lab? I'm so bad at dogs.
Yeah, I think that's a Labrador. Might be golden retriever. I mean, it says
Adorable
golden dog. You think golden might be the trip, and I do have a golden retriever, and yeah, I'm not sure if that's a golden retriever.
Either way, let's watch a short and let's watch a long. So how about the latest short from 20 hours ago?
Excuse me, my doctor prescribed exercise. Would you have that in a chewable? Excuse me, my doctor prescribed exercise.
It was cute, but I didn't think the joke or the punchline was strong enough there.
Yeah.
Felt as if it needed another segment to it.
What about this one?
I'm gonna prove that my dog Vanilla is actually a rabbit. Beef, chicken, salmon, carrot. I'm gonna prove that my...
Okay, see, that one worked a lot better for me.
I think that, yeah, even then, I think there could have been a bit more editing where you could have like said beef, chicken, salad, and like just zoomed in ever so slightly every time you said the new word, to the point where you were really zoomed in on the dog when he said carrot. And maybe you could have artificially just sped up the dog a bit as well, so the was a little faster. But yeah, as you said, I think the execution of that one was better.
I do too. That one way more approachable. You're telling us, the audience who just got to your short, I'm going to prove my dog is a rabbit. So we're on board like immediately when the short starts. So let's look at this latest long video from a few days ago, just a little bit of it.
Again, I don't know if this is going to be copyright music, so I'll talk over it for a second. I guess just is the music still on? It's kind of dragging this a little bit, I would say.
Let's see. I want to see. I don't know. There's two songs here. I can't tell if they're from the YouTube. Oh, they are from the YouTube library. We're good. We're good.
Cool. All right.
So about 30 seconds in, it says this is what a golden retriever puppy is doing on the island. So digging a hole, I suppose, hanging out next to the hole, but there's no storyteller. There's not a lot keeping me here, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those where this could work as a short that's 20 seconds long, but to drag it out over 3 minutes, I was starting to lose interest. I think there was quite a big section where there was no dog caption on, and I was getting a little bored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's. I mean, if I scrub the timeline, it's just this.
Yeah. I don't think the funky music and the spectacular backdrop of Toronto is enough to keep me engaged. As cute as a puppy is.
Oh, towards the end of the video, the scene changes.
Yeah. Wow, is that a backpack you put a dog in? Oh, smokes. Now,
I want to know more about the backpack.
Yeah, that should have been like brought in way sooner. The dog should have been digging for like 20 seconds.
Mhm.
And then now let's go on a journey around this island and visit all of these cool things. And there might be a secondary story with another dog that the vanilla is getting excited about and chatting to.
Yeah, you could have made like a day of this, right? Which you probably did anyway. But I would have made a point to go to different locations, introduce this backpack, and play different games with the dog, do different things, and then I still think there should be a person telling a story. If you're not going to be bringing in captions the entire time, which too much reading in a video can be a little bit exhausting. So seriously, like having a person kind of like guiding the viewer through would be really, really helpful.
Let's just play one more video, Dan. I'm going to be back in just a second.
So I'm going to look at the, let's see, 7 fun tricks that my dog. So, okay, we're talking about fun tricks here.
Hey humans! Nidhi's graduating from training courses today. Look, she's so excited and she wants to show her certificate to everyone.
So already,
I wanted to get Jasper's opinion on this. Jasper, what do you think of this? Put it on. It needs to see it, Dan. Put it on screen.
Well, I can't. Hold on, I'm panicking.
Put it on screen. There we go. Jasper, come back. Just stop it. Stop fighting me. What do you think is Jasper? What's this? Yes. Does he like it? Does Jasper approve? This isn't working as intended, right? Because he'll just take the food.
Are you ready?
And he'll be gone in a second. Come here. Stay here. What's this? What's this, Jasper?
All right, let's start this.
Now he's sniffing my mouse. Give this live stream a like, by the way, if you like Jasper. If you don't, then you're dead inside. All right, Jasper, you can go now. The problem is, Dan is going to steal something from the studio, and then I'm going to have to go retrieve it after this. He's hunting. I've got $3 bills on the floor, and he stole one of them last time. Do you just want to pick the next channel? Or have we got anything else to say?
I was just going to say that this one has a narrator. There's tricks. There's different things happening. I feel like there's more of a story with this video. So that's just really, really important. I'd be doing more like that. But I wouldn't be overthinking the thumbnail either. You don't always need these well-developed. It makes sense for this video, but you don't always need these like really well-produced thumbnails either. Sometimes just enough to have your dog doing something. So that was Vanilla Golden Dog. They are a vidIQ Max user. The next time you are playing around with thumbnails, you can definitely go into the feedback channel in that exclusive Discord and get some feedback on that. You can also, let us know how your next shorts do. You published this one just a half hour ago. I'm really curious I'd be curious to come back and see how it did.
I agree.
I think this was like, compared to the other short we saw, really good.
What are you doing, Jasper? Are you staying? This is all off camera. You just can't see it, unfortunately. What's your plan?
$2.79.
Yeah, he's still in a t-shirt. Can I capture this as he walks out, stealing the t-shirt? Where you capturing going? No, you missed it. Right, Dan, I'll be back because I need to retrieve that t-shirt before he eats it.
Okay. This stream has been just a whole thing today. Theme Park Galaxy is the channel that we're looking at now. New videos every other day. It looks to be I almost want to say gaming channel, but no, you are visiting theme parks, which makes more sense. It's just these latest thumbnails look like gaming thumbnails to me. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'll just pick this one. Rob's gone. So, what we're looking at, Rob, is the latest video from Theme Park Galaxy. They are a theme park channel.
Yep.
And from what I can tell so far in the first 20 seconds is that they take their camera, go around the theme park and film different ride experiences. But that's just what I'm getting from the first 20 seconds. I'll keep playing it.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with this, actually. I think you can get in trouble with just showing uninterrupted clips of rides because it's essentially the same as copyright infringement on a TV series or a movie.
Yeah.
I know that certain Disney influencers have to make sure that they don't just show the ride uncut.
Yeah.
You're kind of spoiling it in one sense.
Yeah, this is like
I
if I
don't
want
need
to
to go to a
see
theme park anymore.
Right. If I want to see what this experience is, I could just watch this channel, which is a concern. So the chapters are different coasters. I'm going to go up into the next chapter just to see, do you ever come on and talk about it?
Yeah.
Seemingly no. Not that I don't like the sounds and stuff. It really helps you feel like you're there, right?
Yep.
Like all the theme park sounds. That's all great. But just filming on these different rides, I would say, does not a theme park channel make. I think it's very important that this like has a personality behind it in order to really like make sure that you're not getting in trouble. A lot of influencers build relationships with these theme parks. You know,
Yeah. It goes back to the Caribbean tourism channel that we were seeing. Like, when a viewer comes onto YouTube, are they wanting to just see it, whatever it is, and get a broad, highly polished version of the experience, or do they want the personalized, raw, authentic, more genuine opinion of something? And
I'll show you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll show you the channel I like watching for this. There's a lot of them, but this is one that I typically come back to. And I like this channel because I like the personalities behind the channel. They go to different Disney parks. They live in Florida, so they have access to this stuff. It's readily available. And each video is about something going on. So many new updates at Universal Studios. And so this is how all these videos start. Sorry, there's no sound. Let me try that again.
Afternoon from the Universal Orlando parking garage. We are headed in today because I haven't been to Universal in a quick minute. I'm very excited to see what's going on. There are some like changes around. Some construction malls have gone up. Want to see if any construction malls have come down. Maybe around the Mummy. And
so every time they go to one of these parks in these types of vlogs, it's always about like there's a new ride being constructed, so we're going to check that out today. We're going to see if the walls have come down. We're going to check, you know what I mean? And then they'll look at food. They'll go to a lot of different stalls. So this is a 40-minute vlog, but the way these go, they're pretty good. Like as I'm scrubbing through the timeline, you can see there's already food. Like the scene changes are very frequent. There's a lot of editing that goes in. They always go into different shops, look at different products.
Yeah.
Now I'm experiencing the theme park through a person. You know, there's a personality behind it. They're not just like turning their camera on and walking through stores silently. I'm being taken on like an adventure, you know, like through this person's eyes. And there's a lot of insights that come with that too. Like, I don't know if you know this, but when you're in the store and you come back here, there's this special section, you know, like you get those extra like tips and stuff. So it brings a lot of value so the next time I go to Disney, I can like look at this stuff for myself. Right. I worry that this channel's not doing any of that.
It's similar to gameplay walkthrough without any narration.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say there really needs to be that extra element. Although it's cool, like a lot of people don't have access to these parks, so you do, and that sets you apart. But that's
Yeah.
only like one step.
There is a crossover genre here where people do, like walking street tours or city street tours, and they do it in 4K. And that is more about the ambience and not necessarily a narrator.
Yeah.
Does that translate into theme parks? Has this been replicated by another channel?
That's a good point. Yeah, like so we'll go Magic Kingdom walking tour. Let's just see if there's someone dominating that. 1 year ago from 4K Walt Disney World. So is this their channel? Like, let me just go to the about on this. All rights reserved. There's a Patreon and a PayPal. So I'm guessing it's not. It's not from. Okay. But let's just take a look and see how they did it. I'm going to. That's Disney music. We're not going to play with that.
Yeah.
So
Looks
assuming
like it
there's.
is. It's just a walking tour.
Yeah. Assuming there's no commentary. If this is what you're trying to do, if you're trying to be this channel and you're not worried about any kind of like upsetting the theme parks or anything like that, because these channels clearly are not worried about that, then what is different about your titles and your thumbnails versus the ones we just saw? You know what I mean? So like you have this big text on the screen, walkthrough plus all rides, and you got the castle in there. Some of these channels decided to use text, some didn't. They do something similar. So maybe the thumbnail's not the thing. Is it the title? Is it the fact that it's just 3 weeks old and it builds up over time?
Sort by most popular. Do they have anything on the channel which has gained quite a lot of momentum over time? Okay.
So 26,000 views on this coaster. Perhaps was this like a new coaster though? Maybe that's why. Disney California Adventure walkthrough. I like that thumbnail because it's a really good like full context. And kind of the same deal where the video starts, you're at the front of the park, and you begin kind of walking through. What do we think?
So there is proof on YouTube that this no narrative theme park walkthrough is successful. This kind of feels like I'm coming up with excuses to say why this channel won't work. There are occasions on YouTube where the audience only needs one example of this type of content, because how different can somebody else's non-narration walkthrough be? And so you get to a point where there's a channel that's so well established that YouTube is just always going to feed an audience to that channel, irrespective of somebody. If somebody's just kind of replicating what's already been done on YouTube, then why choose an updated version? Perhaps I'm theorizing a little bit. We sometimes have this in the YouTube universe where you say you make a video about how to get a custom URL on YouTube. You make the video, and then 2 years later, the format has changed a little bit. And so you remake the video so it's updated, but YouTube continues to feed all of the search into that old video, which is still outdated, and it's really frustrating. It's just one of those weird quirks of YouTube. And I'm just wondering if this channel is always going to suffer from that until they build up a big enough audience, in that, you have these big competing channels that do something almost identical to you. And because YouTube's got better, more positive signals from those channels, it's going to continue to send audiences that way instead of to your videos. Unless you can find these new rides and film them before anybody else, or have an angle that allows you to differentiate a little bit. And all that's just a theory. It feels like I'm trying to find an answer as to why this channel isn't being more successful than it is, because if somebody's going to spend nearly 3 hours walking through the Magic Kingdom to record everything, that's an impressive feat in itself.
It is. It's I guess what this kind of relates to in a weird way is looking at like a Minecraft channel that's doing Minecraft episode 1, you know, like they're just making a Minecraft let's play with no they're like whatever happens happens. I'm just going to put this on YouTube. And that like it's very I would say in terms of Minecraft content that's the easiest type of Minecraft content you could make. You're not planning anything, you're just turning on record and playing your favorite game. In this case, I would say even though it is something to walk around the theme park for 3 hours filming. I'm not taking that away from them, but in the context of this genre of content, this type, this niche, there's so many people doing this for so long that have established themselves. So that's why you get me coming in and saying, "Oh, there should really be a personality behind this channel,"
Yeah.
because it's so much easier to stand out. Like if like Rob, you kind of brought this up already, but how do you stand out in this space, in this walking tour space? It's not easy. These other channels have established themselves, and Disney gives influencers early access to a lot of this stuff.
They
A lot of
do.
these theme parks do. So until you get into that club, it's really hard to be one of the first people to throw up a 4K walking tour of a new ride. So with that in mind, that's kind of why we say, oh, there should really be like a person here, because you can like bring people on like a journey. You can tell a story. You can do so much more when you add that extra layer to it.
Can you just scroll down gradually? I just want to see if each video slowly builds up views and momentum, or some just get stuck on a couple of hundred views and then nothing ever happens.
A lot of content.
All of these haven't really done anything, have they? Like there's still
Yeah.
there's a couple with 1,000 views.
Muppet Vision did okay, 1.4K views. You know what I was going to say is that the Space Mountain video did really well, 682, and this thumbnail is really cool looking.
Yeah.
The Muppet one also is pretty cool looking because you have the whole theater and you have the screen there. Like, it's just I feel like everything's within context, whereas like the thumbnail right next to it, it's so hard to see what that even is. It's that magic carpet ride, but like,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes the more zoomed out shots work better. But you're also competing with like Disney as well. Like Disney puts out a lot of its own stuff. Like last night I turned on Disney Plus and I saw a banner for a live stream, and it was just like this half-hour musical performance for this new Epcot show. And they already like have video crews going in and like showing experiences from the theme park. So like it's so much competition, you know.
Incredible commitment. I mean, wow,
Yeah.
they must be filming almost on a daily basis. I'm guessing they have like they have an annual pass and they're literally yards away from the park. So you would just think through the volume and consistency of the content that they should be performing better than they are.
The Tower of Terror one, again, a thumbnail to me that just really stands out,
Yeah,
and it has almost
true.
3,000 views.
Yeah.
So, and it's, you know, there's a lot of like 4K, where is it? Like 4K content like here. I would also be comparing the video quality of this to the other 4K channels. Because when you do stuff like this, people do expect a super sharp picture. Now we're looking at this at 1080. I'm looking at it on a small monitor, and then we're streaming it through StreamYard. So there's like some quality loss on all fronts. But I mean, honestly, is this up to snuff compared to? Because now we really got to break this down, like compared to this video here.
I'd say so. I'd say to me it seems like similar quality.
It's similar. Something about this though is it's smoother. The frame rate on this feels higher, and there's just an extra sharpness to it to me compared to the video I was just on. I think the angle of the lens, the shakiness of the camera isn't helping me right now.
All right.
All right, can we get out of the ride? Can I find like a? We can be outside again, please. Let's see.
No,
it's not outside. I got tricked. You know, you're kind of shooting into the sun a little bit, and not always, but
I know we're going
really
deep
into
there. Channel audit here, but you know, for the successful channels, Dan, can you just check So if you go to 4K Wow and just go to their channel.
Wait, this.
Yeah. And then just videos.
7 hours ago, they got 1,000 views. A day ago, 5,000.
Now, is all of that Disney? Like exclusively 100% Disney?
Yes.
I think it is, isn't it? Right?
Well, WDW is Walt Disney World, so
Yeah.
I would expect.
And then the channel that we're looking at does creep into
other parks.
Maybe that could be an influence on consistency of audience. I know there's all a big crossover here in terms of, I want to go to Universal just as much as I do Disney. But does that translate into the audience that wants to do the same thing and watch something from one theme park versus another?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm spitballing, Dan, because it feels as if this channel should just given the consistency, the effort that they've put in. I feel as if the channel should be doing more.
I got to say, before we move on to the next one real quick, the channel we just looked at, I was looking at them through a different lens once I saw the latest videos, because for the size of that channel, those were not views that were super impressive. Now, those were just the earliest views. A lot of those videos will probably be very searchable, and over time they could get a lot more views. But I wonder if this genre is just one of those where there's not like a massive audience for it. So this could just be, maybe this is a fantastic channel for its size and how long it's been around, and it just needs to continue doing its doing, build up momentum. So I know we're raising more questions than answers.
Yeah.
This is a niche that we're not super familiar with, but hopefully we've just given you something to think about, given you some stuff to chew on, and really good luck. I want to get to another claw pick here. We got 700. We broke 700. My goodness. On the claw. Let's pick one. We'll try to do this one a little bit quicker. We got really caught up in that. Maybe it's because I haven't traveled in so long. I would like to go back to the theme parks. That would be fun. My cat. That's the focus of this channel. Not my cat specifically, but their cat. Oh, look at that. Right on the homepage. All the shorts. Is it just a shorts channel? Adorable. All right. Let's check out the latest one.
Yep.
Is it? Oh, it is pictures and it's silent. Is it only 2 pictures?
Okay, let's try another one.
Okay. Here we go.
Music is playing. I am talking.
Let's assume that this is not safe to play on YouTube for us.
It's music.
And it looped. I think it looped. So that could have been a photo, honestly.
Food time.
Silent film again. Okay. So we've watched 3 of these now, and adorable cat. I'm not taking anything away from that.
Speak for yourself. It's just a cat to me.
Great cat. 10 out of 10 cat. The issue with these I'm having so far is that there's not like enough going on. Like the best cat shorts that I watch, there's something like happening. You've set something up, like the one from earlier with the golden dog. Like, I'm gonna show you my dog is a rabbit, and they showed us like a trick that the dog does. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of this going on, and you're using like still images sometimes, which is a little bit weird. Sometimes you use music, sometimes there's no sound at all. If people were scrolling by on shorts, it might be hard for them to want to watch, very much at all when your competition is so steep.
Can we try getting new toys and treats for my cat? Because that one's got 2,000 views.
No sound, but you are getting a toy. Like, this is the kind of thing that people do like with pet channels. They like to see people spoiling their pet. Wait, there's no cat though.
Yeah.
Show us the cat having the treats. Where's the payoff?
I'm curious what the comment. Do I dare ask you to click on the comments, sir?
Okay. I'm sure you can be very happy to see those toys. Every child looks to see what mommy or daddy bought them at the store. Kiddos will be so happy. So you got some support there, but I feel like that short would have gone so much farther if the cat was like, if you put the toys down. What if the cat didn't like them? And then so it's like now you could play some funny sound effect or something. And the cat's like, yeah, whatever, nice toys. Or if the cat loves them, then yay, and you've like a happy ending. You could tell a story with your shorts, and I really think you should.
Final thing, sort by most popular. Okay.
7 days ago gets me every time. Music. Okay, so that one's that's some music. So nothing. No, there's no cat. I've seen videos like this, and then like you get a certain thing out of the fridge. Boom, cat. So that's the kind of thing. I can see why that got so many views.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing I expect to see from a pet channel. I'm glad there was an example on this channel of that. I was just trying to think like to really like raise the bar on you. This channel almost isn't a cat channel. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's so great. There's gonna be copyright music on this, so let's just get ready for that.
Copyright.
Okay, it's muted. So there's always like a trending sound. Like, oh wait, there's no music.
Huh?
It's always like a life hack. So the cat watches a life hack on TikTok, and then there's always a paw coming in. They copy it, for themselves. And sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it doesn't. But it's a cat channel that's not a cat channel. I don't know. It's 10 million subscribers. I'm not trying to hold anyone to that standard, but
is it 5-minute cat crafts?
Content. Look at some of the shorts though from other pet channels and see what they're doing. That would be my advice, because just having like a couple of still images, this isn't really like enough.
Yeah, there was quite a high volume of content, I think, Dan. If you just go back to the video tab, what was the output there? Like 6 videos in the last 2 days. Maybe you can consider doing half of that, and then really making conscious decisions about what you think your audience is going to be interested in watching. Like the June 22nd, 2022 one, that was just like a still image of a cat sleeping. Food time, just feeding your cat. I don't know. Was that exciting enough?
I think something has to happen. And what I expected to have happen happened. Food went in a bowl. The cat started eating the food.
Here's the thing, though. Again, most of the shorts are actually very short.
Yeah,
they were all less than 10 seconds, so they're by default they're almost going to get a decent amount of watch time on the audience retention on them.
And you will have breakouts because you're uploading so often, and there's going to be stuff that happens.
Was there some audio to that?
Let's see.
That was quite cute.
So that's a copyright song, but that's the way I would do. Like even that's what I would expect. A video of a cat sleeping in a cute way,
and then
would make sense.
Loop. I would have looped there. It lingers too long.
Yeah. Like now it's like too much.
The loop didn't start quickly enough.
Yeah. So I guess those are our general tips. If you're putting out this many shorts, you're spending a lot of time probably editing these together. Someone probably gave you the advice, put out as many shorts as you possibly can in a single day. And that's okay. But if it's going to take away from the quality of those shorts, that's not going to do you a lot of favors. There's going to be a lot of these that just kind of never take off. You have one with 13 views from like 9 days ago, for example. Like there's going to be so many of those. So you can do quality over quantity in shorts. You can get views on shorts, even if you're posting once a week. That can happen. It's not like that's a hard and fast rule where you have to post a certain amount of shorts in a certain amount of time to get where you want to go. But there you go. That was a lot. That was a lot of stuff and things. We talked about a ton of channels. We gave a ton of tips. We also talked about vidIQ Max. Link down below. A couple of people in vidIQ Max got the opportunity to have their videos reviewed today. They had that extra opportunity. They could have also submitted on the random selection form. But as you saw, we got, let's see, by the end of this stream, 716 people submitted their channels on that form, which is, I think, a new record. So it's a lot easier to get in there if you're in vidIQ Max. And even if you don't get on this live stream, there's so many people in there, including our coaches, that can help you out with any questions you have about YouTube. So we'll be in there Friday, Rob and I, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, answering any question you have about YouTube. We're going to be doing a stage, as they call it. It's kind of like Clubhouse in Discord. So you can ask us your YouTube questions, and we're going to spend about an hour or so answering those.
Looking forward to it. I just want to say to Major League Unboxing, they're going to join vidIQ Max as soon as my picture is put on the vidIQ Max page. So we'll try and get that fixed for you as soon as we can. Welcome to the club.
Yes. You know, if you click on the video, I think you're in the video, right?
I don't know if I am actually. I'm kind of like I'm kind of like the hidden unlockable boss that you need to try and discover on the vidIQ Max page.
Well, you will be in there on Friday in the vidIQ
I will.
Max Discord.
I will confirm this. Yes.
Yes, that's our VidCon. We're not at VidCon right now, so we're just going to do a Q&A with the vidIQ Max folks in Discord. You will need to be there live. It won't be recorded. But if it's not too late to join vidIQ Max and join us in that discussion this Friday.
It's been a pleasure as always, everybody. We hope you found our advice, guidance, opinions, and just general YouTubery chats enjoyable. I want to thank Jasper for his cameo. I want to thank Datton's cat as usual, and Sir Fly a lot as well. Who's, I don't know if it's still alive, but it's been entertaining us for the last couple of hours.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
Cheerio.